The following program is a production of the Southern University Mass Communication Department.
Here, I'm all about inspiration. This show is aimed to influence, motivate, and push people to fulfill their purpose. Join me as I shine a light on inspiring community events, creative cultures, and empowering individuals from Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. This is Raven Nicole. Let's talk. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let's Talk. I'm your host, Raven Nicole. On today's episode, we're talking faith and fitness with personal trainer and CEO of Baton Rouge's most rewarding fitness camps, both spiritually and physically. Please welcome to the show Fitness 360's Tommy Brown. Hi Tommy, how are you?
I am great, how are you?
Good. Hey, can you start off by telling me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am a nurse by trade. I have a bachelor's degree from Southern University, woo woo. I also have a bachelor's in therapy recreation, a minor in psychology, and for as training, I'm also a trainer. So.
Okay, can you tell me why you chose not to floor nurse per se with your degree and go into physical training?
Well, more so, it was kind of a calling, should I say, like walking in purpose. I felt that this is more so what I'm supposed to be doing. I have my talks with God, and God sent me in this direction, and it's been awesome.
Okay. Have you always had a purpose for working out?
Yes, I have. I've been working people out longer than I even known. So it's like I started back when I was, I would have to say 15, started training different individuals. It was something that I was doing more so being natural than actual something me to try to, make money or profit or anything. So it's always been natural to me.
They say the natural things are the things you're supposed to be doing. So where did you pick up the fundamentals of physical training?
Well, a lot of it came from playing sports, and then a lot from reading different educational sources, and then with the nursing degree, things of that nature. So I'm having to take all the anatomy and physiology classes, things of that nature.
Okay. Who was the first person you worked out where you saw effective results and could say, I did that?
The first person that I had effective results with, his name was Ramon Broadway. He actually played in Shreveport for a school called Evangel Christian Academy, and he got a full scholarship to go play for Arkansas University, and then he went to play for San Diego Chargers.
Oh wow, so you can say you knew him when?
Yeah, most definitely.
What is the purpose behind Fitness 360 Plus?
Well, the purpose behind Fitness 360 Plus is a holistic approach of working out, all right? When you work out with me, it's more so of it's just like you're going to church at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal. Not only do we teach different aspects of how to lose weight, we also teach different aspects on what to eat, how to eat, and along with prayer and things of that nature. It all works together because working out is more of a mind, body, spirit thing. So everybody's been getting results. It's been phenomenal, and I love it.
I can see the smile. Okay. How did you go about building a brand in personal training when you first started off?
Well, like I said, all the glory has to be to God, because this whole process was kind of like laid out for me. I really didn't have to do too much work. It was more so being obedient and just listening, and everything just fell into play. Just individuals just start coming from all over. There's been people driving, from like Mississippi and, 45 minutes off, just all over. So since I was actually being obedient, the name just kind of created itself.
How has your clientele grown from your humble beginnings? Like from when you first started off, now where are you?
Well, when I first started off, like I said, it was like one here and there. And I also started doing fitness ministry at my church, which is Rose Hill Baptist, well, Rose Hill Church, I would say. And I was doing that, and it was just doing it for free. And I started off with a lot of individuals, and different individuals got results from that, and then my name just started kind of, going from there. And right now, one of my actual clients that was from my church was the one who actually pushed me to go ahead and just say, all right, go ahead and get you a building type of deal. She actually lost like 30 pounds in a month.
Wow.
Inside of my garage. So that was pretty cool. And but now Clientele, or members, have grown like exponentially. So it's right now I have like possibly 100 and something different people.
Okay, so I have family that goes to you, and one of the things that they like about it is the affordability. So can you tell me how you set your prices, or is it just from it starting off being free? How did you set prices to build your brand?
Well, I really didn't want to do a price. However, when you deal with buildings, electricity, water, things of that nature, you need to have something in play for that. So I picked a price that was pretty much affordable for anyone, individual, for middle class or high class. So pretty much $100 is kind of like the median, I would say, for especially like the middle class, but it's very affordable. It's not expensive. No one has to actually give up too much to be able to learn how to live healthy, a healthy lifestyle.
Okay. What is it that sets your business apart from other fitness training businesses?
That's a great question, and I am going to love answering this. What set me apart from different organizations is that it's not about money for me. I actually enjoy working with different people. I actually enjoy the different opportunities to minister with different people, to pray with different people, because every time we work out, we pray before every workout.
Right.
And that's something I take serious, because whenever you involve God in whatever you have in store or you have going, it can't fall, as long as you're being obedient. So I'm different because I'm not looking for money. I'm looking for lifestyle changes. I'm looking for people to become different from what they were. So
That's awesome. I came once and didn't work out. I just sat on the floor and watched. But y'all had dogs in the in the back room, and I heard that y'all used them to help people work out.
Well, it was one dog, not dogs, and that's Stone. He's a Cane Corso. He's a very mild-tempered, outstanding dog. And when I have individuals that don't want to work out or don't want to run, should I say, sometimes I send Stone behind them, and that's like great motivation.
I bet. Okay. What's your overall goal for people who trust you with their physical and spiritual health, in a sense?
My overall goal is to have everybody that have a relationship with God to get a closer relationship, or someone that doesn't have a relationship with God to develop one. So pretty much everybody, we all work together in doing that same process. It's pretty much, like I said, it's just a big family of people.
Have you had anyone who came to you specifically for the physical part but ended up gaining spiritual, like they weren't saved or something, and you were able to transform them?
Most definitely. It actually ended up being one of my biggest losers. I remember the conversation like yesterday, and the individual was saying that they didn't want me to force religion on them, which that's not what I do. And I explained to the young lady that I simply do this with everybody. We pray before every workout. It's a covering, so this will help keep you safe, from injury. And I haven't had anybody get hurt, so to God be the glory for that. And she actually started working out. She lost an extreme amount of weight. She actually told me that she has been overweight all her life. So by her actually losing so much weight, which was 70 pounds in 4 months, that is, she actually became a different person. And so it was funny because I heard one day, I saw on social media, she posted something about praying to God, and that was phenomenal. It was remarkable for me to see.
Wow. Okay, so how do you implement faith into your facility, just Did you sit down and write it out? Did you know off jump how are you going to do it, or how did you implement it?
Well, for as the facility, to be honest with you, like I said, it's something that was just there. I didn't write anything down. I did not make strategic plans. It was just more so, hey, this is a vision, go with it, type of deal. So I didn't write anything down. It was just, like I said, it was just purpose. It just all fell into play.
Awesome. So can you explain the importance of keeping a godly atmosphere at your business?
Keeping a godly atmosphere allows to keep the enemy out. So we don't have confusion there. Everybody is like loving on one another. I have some individuals that come that don't want to actually work out in front of other people. But when they see the different interactions of everyone and they see how, everybody's God-fearing, we all work together. Some people make phone calls, when they're off the clock pretty much, and, keep up with one another. And it's just, everybody encourage one another. So that spiritual aspect is very important in keeping everyone together and keeping everybody sane.
Oh, I can imagine. So how do you feel the aspect of faith changes the progression of your clientele when working out?
Well, one of the things that I quote a lot is saying that I'm so happy Jesus is not like us. And I say that because when we get tired or we don't feel like doing something, we just stop or we just throw the towel in. However, when Christ was on the cross, I'm sure he did not want to be there, of course, but he stayed. And he stayed for us. So I use a lot of quotes similar to that to just give people the mindset of like, your Savior did this for you, all right? So all he wants us to do is take care of ourselves, treat our body, which is our church, as a temple, and we'll be okay. So I use a lot of that to relate to all the workouts. And so that helped a lot of people get over the hump, because at first, individual may be thinking that, okay, this workout is so tiresome that, I want to stop. And when you kind of think about that mindset of, okay, Christ could have got off the cross, but he didn't, kind of help you keep going.
Right. So what are some of the workouts that you guys do at Fitness 360?
Well, we do a variation of things. I like to consider my own style of working out, and I call it body shock, because basically every time you come, we're going to do something different. That's just pretty much what it is. We do a variation of things. A lot of, we flip tires, we do different running activities, we do a bunch of jumping jacks, a bunch of sit-ups. I take a lot of pleasure in doing a lot of sit-ups because pretty much everybody that work out with me end up losing anywhere between 3 to 7 inches around their stomach in the first month. And that's phenomenal, because some people have, had their stomach for a long time. And to be able to lose a lot of that stomach in a month is great. So we do a lot of pull-ups. It's a lot of stuff. And some people consider me a little bit insane, but that's not true at all.
Okay. What are some of the main health and fitness don'ts that you see when a client initially comes to you?
Don'ts.
Well,
the don'ts, one of the first things we have to kind of get people off of in Louisiana is the fried foods. So the fried foods and the portion size of meat. So many people have the misperception of having meat with every meal, and that's not, you don't have to do that. American Dietitians Association recommend 5 ounces of meat, source protein per day. So that's one of the biggest things. Most people think that they just have to have meat.
Yeah, we're learning that in church right now. That's just not that good for you. You should probably cut it out.
Right.
But it's mediation, You can't just cut it out. It takes time. So how do you go about tailoring a specific fitness plan for an individual?
Okay, well, each fitness plan for different individuals somewhat differ, depending on your weight, depending on what kind of activity level that you can tolerate. That's how I design your actual workout. Now, pretty much I do the same workout for everybody when they start off, and kind of keep that consistent for the first 2 months. The only thing is that we kind of play with the number. So say for example, if you can't tolerate too much, we'll start you off more so with like a 3-minute type of a interval workout, and opposed to a person that can tolerate it, we'll start them off with like 7 minutes. So we pretty much score during the assessment period of someone working out or entering the building for the first time.
What are some things that Fitness 360 does outside of the business that helps with health and wellness and spiritual wellness?
We do a lot of mentoring. We have a lot of young men that follow us, and we do a lot of leadership skill building. That's very important to me because, of course, me being a male when I was a child, having some type of male figure in your life was very important. It didn't matter if you had a father inside the house or not sometimes, but it's very important for a male child, whoever he chooses as his role model, to be a positive one. So that's something we take a lot of pleasure in. And also we get together, all of the Fitness 360 members, and we get together and we do different events and things of that nature. The last deal we had was a Christmas party, and that was pretty fun. Everybody got a chance to get together, dance a little bit, and mingle. So that was pretty awesome.
Okay, have you seen any change in a specific mentoree yet, or have they came to you and told you what an impact you're making in their life thus far?
Yes, most definitely. Had an individual message me on social media, and it was kind of late one night, and he was just telling me something that he learned through an actual physical aspect that I have taught him, and you know, it was just so overwhelming for me that he was just like, hey, you made me the person that I am, and that made me so excited. And like I said, it was late at night. I was ready to get out the bed and just run through a wall. But you know, that's like such a fulfillment to have different individuals, you know, come back and tell you like, hey, like, man, you really helped me.
Awesome. So how important is proper diet along with working out? 'Cause some people just work out, but then they don't eat right, or they eat right, but they're not working out. How do they play hand in hand together?
Well, they play hand in hand big time. Pretty much, you are what you eat. That saying is so true. I compare everything to a car. I tell everybody, if you go to a gas station and the sign is like hanging off, would you put gas in your car? You know, if it's a dusty looking gas station. Most individuals say, no, I'm not putting that gas in my car. And then I'll ask, have you ever had, put bad gas in your car, then your car engine slips a little bit or run a little bad? And then they'll tell me, yeah, I had that happen before. Right, because you put bad gas in there. So if you don't want to put bad gas inside of your car, you don't want to put inside of this car, because you can make this car run bad as well. So if you eat right, then you can actually carry that over for as the physical appearance along with the activity portion of it, and it can all work together so that way that you can actually be able to do more. So you are what you eat, and you do perform as the way that you eat as well.
Okay, do you have any tips that can help some of the viewers maybe right now, what they can do as far as eating better or trying to eat better or trying to work out? Any freelance tips?
Most definitely. You can do a half a cup, like a measuring cup, and what you can do is everything that you eat, make sure that you pretty much are eating out of that size of a cup. It really, you can go a little bit less than a half a cup, but just right off top of the head, you can use a half a cup, and half a cup of vegetables, half a cup of fruit, half a cup of different sides and things of that nature. But like I said, for as the 5 ounces of a meat source protein, that's like an actual matchbox. So that's how much meat source protein you're supposed to get per day. The rest of your protein you're supposed to get through beans and legumes and things of that nature. So I would say get a half a cup of everything that you consume, and try to make sure that you eat variety of fruits and vegetables.
Does it matter to you where the fruits and the vegetables and the meats are coming from? Because to me, it does matter, but you're professional. So like if you get them from Walmart versus Whole Foods or more like organic markets, what's the difference? Does it matter?
When you go to organic markets, like, when you go to fruit stands, you can get it at a cheaper rate. But for as the items being produced, they're pretty much the same. The only thing that are different would be the price. Now tell everyone to make sure you don't do any canned goods, of course, but you do want fresh or frozen, and those are the best options to consume.
Okay. What is one of the most inspiring stories you've experienced thus far with training someone, or that just really...
All right, one of my most inspiring stories would have to be a lady by the name of Lydia Francis. This lady, she found me, and it was just, she told me the story that she saw me trying to lock the door. I was in my scrubs. I had just left my nursing job. And just so happened she did catch me at the right time, and we talked. She was scared about signing up. And when I met her, I could actually hear the way that I can hear her breathe, you know, because she had a little extra weight on her. And so turns out she started working out, and when she worked out, it took less than a month. She had lost like 22 pounds. Her weight had just went down, her breathing changed, and everything changed. She was taking high blood pressure medication. I don't know how long she was taking it, but by the time at the end of the month, she was off of it, you know, so that was like phenomenal. She was taking Nexium, acid reflux medication, things of that nature. But by her being able to work out consistently and everything, it helped change her life around. Pretty much, I saw her save her life, her own life. And so to me, she's a superhero.
Wow. So where can someone find you? Your location, your information, your social media, where are you located?
All right, I am located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the address is 4868 North Boulevard, and the zip code is 70806. My website is www.fitness360plus.com, and the number I can be reached at is 317-455-8075.
Okay, do you have any social media at all?
Oh, social media, same thing, Facebook, Fitness360 Plus, and then you can find me, you can look me up, Tommy Brown, on Facebook. So you'll see a big Fitness360 sign there, so.
Does anyone get upset when you post pictures of them, like their transformation pictures?
Well, when I post pictures, some individuals want to be posted, some don't, and that's fine. But most of the time, when I ask individuals to, give me a before and after picture, they don't even know what they look like. So they just continue to see themselves as what they are, but then they compare the two, then they see it, and it's like a wow moment. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, there's a show out there called Fat to Fit, where the trainer gets the weight of the client. They start eating more, and really they go through a whole body transformation just to show the client that they can go down the journey with them, that is actually possible. What do you feel about that, and would you take such measures to do that?
That's a little bit extreme, I would say, because it sounds like pretty much they feed the client a bunch of stuff to gain more weight, and sometimes that can kind of go both ways. So I wouldn't actually recommend that. Because real people have real issues, and that's not something that you want to kind of reinforce with different individuals. Now, what we have is a fitness retreat coming up, and it's something similar to like The Biggest Loser. And we have different individuals coming out, and we'll be working together and doing like 3-a-day workouts. It'd be pretty intense, and it's like a 3-day event, and we all work together. And so everything with me is kind of like hands-on, with holding people's hands and, kind of walking them down the path. But I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's a bit extreme.
Yeah, it's a little bit extreme. I mean, I've met some people that eating is like a real issue for. Like it's real, the same as any person addicted to any type of drugs or alcohol type of thing. So it's to that kind of a serious extent that you have to get things like that under control. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that.
Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'm glad that you stopped by. I learned a lot about health, fitness, and wellness, and I can't wait. Look forward to the viewers being able to see more of you, and hopefully they come out to Fitness 360 Plus.
Most definitely. I appreciate you inviting me out.
No problem. Thanks again for tuning in to today's show. For updates and previous episodes, please don't shy away from Let's Talk social media. You can follow the show everywhere at Let's Talk_Raven Nicole. Until our next talk, stay inspired, be the light, and always live on purpose.
The preceding program was brought to you by the Southern University Mass Communication Department.
I just think it was a great documentary. I think everyone should watch it and should be enlightened by it.
It was very, very powerful.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was informative both on a scientific and anthropological level. I liked some of the scientific genetic explanations of how our different features have evolved over time.
Genetic isolation as well as genetic variance really kind of breaks it down, but it's so simple when you look at it. It's very logical, and it's not like you want to really argue or debate it. It's like, okay, it all makes sense.
I feel like the most interesting part of the documentary was how he pretty much concluded on how everything just pretty much originated in Africa. A lot of people want to deny that, but it's the truth. Everything originated in Africa.
Even though we have different skin colors, different racial tones, we are all genetically made up of the same thing, meaning we're all the same on the inside. So I thought that was pretty great to learn.
We're always hung up on color. And with the theories that he presented, I thought that they were viable. And it's something that gave me a pause to think about it.
I learned more about our race, and it just don't just come from different races. It all come from the same race. And we just scattered out to different places, so that's why our skin color is different, our eye color is different, and our hair texture is different.
I thought it was real good or great because kind of let you know where you come from.
I think that it should be broadly accepted in the academia field as a part of higher learning or basic learning, even in elementary schools, which we're not getting now.
The critical area of genetic variance and genetic isolation pointed out a very salient part of the evolution of skin color. I mean, it's an excellent piece.
It was very interesting and very educational.
I did not know that every one of us, no matter what color of your skin, is all from the same place. We all have the same ancestors.
It teaches you a lot, and it's a lot coming at you, but at the same time, it all just connects so easily that it makes it easy for you to understand.
It was very interesting to know that everybody shouldn't even be, divided because we're all the same.
Me and my friends will always have conversations, and I would, we would just have ideas, but having the information that you've researched and that you've found upon yourself, just having it confirmed is just a good feeling.
I have definitely learned quite a few things from this documentary, such as where the human race originated and as to why there's differences, physical differences between certain races that we have defined in the American culture.
I don't really know about the diversity of each, where skin color really comes from. I know it was so instilled in us to learn the difference from it. So I really liked it. It was something different. I'm glad I took the time on my day to come see it.
I knew that Africa was the motherland, but I didn't know about how exactly it happened. So it explained it very well.
Having the science behind it really kind of drove it home. Got the DVD so that I can take that back to my kids.
The whole documentary was awesome.
The preceding program was brought to you by the Southern University Mass Communication Department.